So we're still waiting on one more for quorum. I'm just gonna check the lobby because Harvey may be attending in person. So
The door was locked.
Oh, was it? It was, so we're live streaming. Okay, so we have quorum. Just before we get started, Jamie, I just wanted to introduce Tony. She's from our planning department. So she's going to be the representative from planning on the Heritage Committee moving forward.
Excellent. Welcome. Sorry, I'm looking at notes from a different meeting. Okay.
Placing Peter then, is that correct?
Yes.
You guys look like you're in a ship that's about to set sail because I can see water on the other side of the window.
The sound's coming out over here, so you might want to sit over here so you won't hear well.
All right.
So, Jamie, we're all set to go. It's live streaming, so you can.
Okay. All right. I'm just bringing up my agenda. So we have quorum then. So we can call to order at 12:05. And the first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from August 24th.
Sorry, it's June 1st. I think you have the doors open up.
I do? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh dear, I had too many agenda file. That's hilarious. It's my PDF file that I need. You're right. Okay. It's adoption of the minutes from June 1st, 2022. I need a mover and a seconder.
I'll move it. It's Alicia.
Okay, great. Thanks, Elisa. And do we have a seconder? Nicole, were you at that meeting?
Yeah, I'll second it.
Okay, thank you. Do I call for
Yes, please.
any opposed or all in favor? What would you prefer, Virginia?
You can call for all in favor, and then anybody opposed can either do so by verbally or.
Okay, so all in favor of the adoption of the minutes?
Aye.
Thanks, Matt.
So that motion's carried.
Okay,
And Mike was off. Can we stop there? Sorry.
sure.
I just noticed on the minutes for Wednesday, June 1st, that was sent over here, where it says our names, Matt Shoemaker, Dean Greenwood, etc. It's June 1st, and we were present.
So sorry, where were you? Oh. Yeah, sorry, I'll fix that. I don't know why I came across that way. So the resolution be resolved that the minutes of the Municipal Heritage Committee meeting June 1st, 2022 be approved as amended.
Okay, do I need another mover or can we go with the same?
Any objections for the mover and seconder to remain the same? No?
So all in favor of the minutes of June 1st as revised?
Aye.
Okay, perfect. So agenda item number 2 is declaration of pecuniary interest. And hearing none, we can move forward to adoption of the agenda. Is there any, does anyone have any new business or anything to add to this agenda? So I'll call for a mover on this one.
Rising, I just wanted to ask where we're at with the new heritage designation for Summit.
Well, for Summit, can that come up under on number 4, business arising?
We can add 4.4.
Good question. Nicole, did I see your hand up to move the agenda?
Yeah.
Excellent. And then I'll need a seconder, please.
I'll second Alicia.
Thanks, Elisa. So all in favor of the adoption of the agenda as revised?
Aye.
Okay, great. So Virginia, we're moving on to business arising. Can I ask you to proceed on that?
Sure. So 4.1 is the Heritage Award. So we're going to be putting out the advertisement this week for nominations for the 2022 Municipal Heritage Award. The forms will be available online, and the deadline for nominations is October 15th at 4:30 p.m. So I'll be sharing the social media post with all the committee members. So if you can put those on your social media accounts and share it through your networks, it would be greatly appreciated.
Okay.
Didn't do the Heritage Award as we were redoing the criteria. Are we automatic like that missed that
Alex,
maybe last year?
cutting out. I don't know if you're aware of it, but I'm only catching about every second or third word. Now I'm not getting you at all. Is it just me or is everybody else having the same problem?
Can you hear me now?
Now you're very low. I can't hear you at all.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Okay. I'm just wondering if the community members that were nominated last year, are they going to automatically be forwarded to this year, or do they have to redo the application? Kind of some of that momentum that those community members received last year for their hard efforts in the previous year, I feel like that, that's on us. I'm just wondering, what are we doing to honor them?
Virginia, we've brought forward applicants from the previous year other times, haven't we?
Yeah, so the applications can be brought forward, and committee members can also bring forward applications as well for consideration, so they can come from community members. So if there are applications that want to come forward and additional information added in, we can do so as well.
But I think all existing members have to reapply.
Yes, yeah, so there would be an application, so they could be brought forward utilizing that information if we wanted to bring forward those applications.
Good. So then if we're done with the Heritage Award, the 4.2 is designations.
Yeah, so right now, I'm just working on getting all the reports into the system for the September 19th meeting of City Council for approval. So just finalizing that, well, today, because the deadline's today. So I've just got to finish up the one report, the other one's already in our workflow for this approval process.
Okay. And then 4.3 is a designated property grant for 36 Herrick.
Yeah, so Nicole and Alex, I turn it over to you. The photos are in the package and they can share some information because they did complete the property inspection.
So yes, Alex and I went to go check out the property. You can see the photos below. So you can sort of see from the first image that the stairs, they were pretty small. They had a lot of cracks in them and they were crumbling. And you can see in the new photo, they tried to go with a much more historic approach, and the stairs not only are to code now, they look beautiful. They fit in with the historic atmosphere of the house, and they are really sturdy. So yeah, we think they did a very good job with this.
Nice.
Also, I did receive correspondence over the weekend from Mrs. Arlo. She was asking for the committee to consider some additional funds. The invoices, it was a little bit higher than what she originally anticipated. So she was wondering if that's something the committee would consider. So $3,000 was awarded, and that report did go to council and was approved by council. So if there was a recommendation for some additional funding, because the stairs are for both 34 and 36 Herrick Street, but only 36 Herrick Street applied for funding assistance for the project. If the committee were considering additional funds, it's a little bit of a challenge because usually the funds are, an application is made prior to the funds being spent, and it would have to go to city council for approval. So a recommendation would have to come from the committee and sent to council for consideration.
But the other owner is not eligible, is that correct?
The other owner would be eligible because it is a designated property.
Oh.
So, but they did not.
They
They
didn't
didn't
apply
original.
beforehand.
No. But the cost of the stairs is residing with the one owner of 36 Herrick Street.
So Virginia, I didn't quite hear what you said. So the cost of this invoice was paid for by the owner of 36 Herrick?
Correct. 34 Herrick. Yeah, so 36 Herrick is paying for the entire stair project, which does,
Okay.
see from the photos, provide access to both 34 and 36.
So is 34 Herrick a designated heritage property?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So would your suggestion be that we recommend a second $3,000 grant for the second property?
We haven't received the application from them, so without an application, we can't
Okay.
necessarily make that recommendation. So the property owner of 36, since they're paying the invoice, has asked that we consider additional funding over and above the 3,000.
How much was the original estimate?
The original estimate was, I think it came in a little over 1,000 more. The new one came in at 10,588,
Mm.
and
Go.
it's very helpful to be at your desk. I believe it was 9,000, but I think she was also hoping for some contribution from the other property owner. So it's about 1,000 to 1,500 more than the original quotation.
Mhm.
Well, if we did that on a prorated basis, it would probably be about $300 or $400. Would it not? So that's what I would recommend, keep it on a prorated basis. Equivalent to what they got received and was approved previously.
So Harvey, is
Would
that
it-
a motion that you're making?
I can make that motion. We approve an additional amount in proportion to the original grant for the additional cost.
In the amount of,
Which will amount to approximately
Um,
calculate.
I would have to have a firm number for the resolutions council.
400 then, does that make? Is that, would that be the same proportion? Should be more than enough for that additional amount. I think it's between the two homeowners to sort their expenses out. They should need to work.
Did anybody have any other?
well, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to, but I'd be prepared to second Harvey's motion, but because yeah.
Well, speak up if anybody feels that we should do something differently or give them more. So,
Harvey has my support.
Virginia, can you read the motion again before we move it and second it?
Yep, so
Sorry.
resolved that the Municipal Heritage Committee recommend an initial grant in the amount of $400 for 36 Herrick Street, and further a report be sent to council for final approval.
And Harvey moves that, and am I allowed to second as the chair?
Yeah, you can second. And I think-
Okay. All right, so we could call for all in favor of that motion then? So is there a possibility that the neighbor will also apply for a grant for the other half of that staircase?
I don't, it's now the whole project is kind of passed and everything's done. So
Okay,
the
all right.
eligible to apply after the fact.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You're right. Okay. So did that motion carry, Virginia?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, good, it did. Sorry. This hybrid meeting is,
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't see any objections noted.
No, I didn't hear any objections, so, and then Alec wanted to talk about 4.4, it's the Summit Avenue.
Jay, before you go,
I'm sorry.
yeah, we still had the original resolution, so the council previously approved the 3,000. So we need the resolution based off of the information Alex and Nicole provided, if the committee was comfortable with moving forward with payment of the 3,000 for the project.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I missed that completely. Okay, so we need a mover for the motion.
I'll move it.
Yeah,
And
I'll
Alex,
second.
thank you, very nice. Nicole moved and Alex seconded. So we need to approval for that motion. Show of hands.
Aye.
No objections noted, so the motion carries.
So Virginia, did you want to talk about 4.4, which was Summit Avenue?
Yeah, I can give a bit of a background. So Bradley's been picking away at some different projects. He's been starting to format the information for the designation of 54 Summit. It's not finalized yet, so it's going to have to go to council at a later date. The Doors Open project's been a fairly significant project so far this summer, so that's kind of taken over with because it's got a hard deadline to get that one submitted, plus the finalization of the other two designation reports. So that one still needs some more work and is pending.
Okay. Alex, did you have any questions?
I have no questions. Nope.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thanks, Virginia.
Yeah, keeping it alive on the agenda.
Yeah, and once we have a more of a final proof, Alex, I'll forward that over to you to take another look over it, okay?
Excellent.
So we're moving on to agenda item 5, which is subcommittees / task force updates. And the first one is Doors Open, which will be taking place on October 1st. So this event has gone through a number of changes. For now, we're down to 1 day, and that's because the Friday became problematic for some of the sites that are involved in the Truth and Reconciliation events. So we recognize that conflict, and we decided to just stick with the Saturday, October 1st event. And we just came out of a working meeting at 11 o'clock, and we're finalizing our master list. We've had a couple sites just in the last 2 days. One site pulled out this morning. The Métis Cultural Center, unfortunately, is in a process of construction, so they can't be sure that their construction will be completed by the 1st of October. So they withdrew. And there's a couple other sites there's one other site that might withdraw, where they're just working on that. Decision will be made this week. So we've been working on flyers. There's a Doors Open website. There's a Doors Open Facebook page and Instagram account that Nicole can tell you way more about that than I can. If you guys are on social media, you should like and share and do everything you can to engage with our postings so that our number of visitors that goes up. But it's we're there. We're moving into 5.1.1 is we're now looking for volunteers. Virginia, did you want to bring up the list of locations on your computer? Or can I do
I'm
that?
not in my office.
Oh, can I
So,
do that
but
or
we
not?
We can go through, review them.
I can. Yeah, I'll just bring it up. Here we are. Oh.
I have it in front of me. Jane.
Okay, go. Great.
So right now, confirmed, we're finalizing the flyers for each of these locations and then looking for volunteers. But the university will be doing tours of the Chinook Residential School, as well as Algoma University. So there's 2 sites at that location. Chinook University, that's the new building across the street from Algoma University. So we'll have those 2 locations open for tours. Then if we move down to kind of the Canal District area, Parks Canada will be doing tours of the historic canal, and then we'll be moving over to the Algoma Conservatory of Music, the Northwest Company Lock, and the Machine Shop. And those tours will be in person, as well as there'll be a virtual video option as well. That's just pending final confirmation from Science North. Ermitinger Clark National Historic Site and Blockhouse. We'll have tours at Bishophurst, the Art Gallery of Algoma. Sault Ste. Marie Museum will be providing virtual tours. And the Bush Plane Museum is also going to be doing a presentation in the theater and in Tomika's, a location. Tours of Precious Blood Cathedral. And there's also going to be, the library is going to be opening up to share information about the archives at the North Street location. And the Ontario Forestry Research Institute will have an interesting tour with staff from the site as well as the architects. And that's the confirmed sites for right now. And we're targeting having all the flyers and brochures going to print starting the week of the 19th. We should have those printed, and we'll be bundling up all of the documentation and packages for each of the locations. So yeah, so that kind of takes us to looking for volunteers that might be available.
There's also a walking tour from the Algonquin Hotel to the Memorial Tower down at the
Yes.
hockey
Thanks,
arena.
Amy.
Yeah, and that will be both, the plan is to have one or two scheduled walking tours. And then in addition to that, people can use on the spot to do their own walking tour on Queen Street. Yeah,
So if is anybody that's available, even for a couple hours that weekend, it would be greatly appreciated. And then we can try to figure out what the best location is and slot you in. So if you want to let us know via email or now, that would
I'm
be
interested.
yay. I've
Put me in.
got your name written down, Alex.
Awesome.
So
Thank you.
the two places that I know we need volunteers are on the walking tour and the Canal District. So
There you go. I'm in.
you're in. Excellent. Thank you. Yay.
What we'll also do is, as we're filling in the gaps, we can send out the list to everybody on the committee. We're also sending it out to Historic Sites Board as well as past committee members. And then if there is a slot that might work for you, you can let us know at that point as well.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, there's a Historic Sites Board meeting on next week, so I'll bring it to that agenda.
Just also too, before we move on too far, I just wanted to thank all the committee members. They've been working really, really hard at pulling all of this together and put in a lot of hours. So, thank you for all your hard work on that.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, and I'd like to thank Nicole. She's been a star with the social media stuff. Every time we have a conversation, I learn about 5 things that I didn't know before. So we've got a Facebook account and Instagram account. And that, that's going to be our main marketing. So kudos to Nicole for that.
Nicole, do you want to type the Facebook account information into the chat so that all the committee members have it?
Yep. So, well, Krista posted the link here. So thank you, Krista. And if you just type in at Doors Open SSM, you can find it on Instagram and Facebook. So that is our tag for both things. And I'll just pull up the Instagram one here. So yeah, we're on both of those, and I'm posting about each site. So I'm doing the ones we know for sure, but you never know, things may change. So hopefully we'll get everything fully confirmed. And then so you'll be seeing a post about each site on both Instagram and Facebook.
Great, thank you. So So review of locations and volunteers. Are we done with Doors Open, Virginia? Are there more subcommittee reports that are? The one that I was wondering about that I don't see on the agenda is the tree committee. The Heritage Tree Project is.
I've asked to, so that's hopefully going to be a little bit later fall as things start to ease up for our park staff, because they do have the tree inventory. So we do require some assistance from the forestry division. So they've asked that kind of be more in the fall, because the summer is a very, very busy time for forestry and horticulture. So.
Okay, that's understandable. So the new business 6.1 is the heritage property tax rebate. And Virginia, you wanted to set dates for inspections in September?
Yeah, so we had, and I don't have it right in front of me, the committee members that did volunteer to participate on those inspections. I did have a chance to talk to our building department, and they have availability on Tuesday, September 20th, the 21st, or the 23rd. So if the committee members are available on one of those days, we usually set a rain date. Then I can go ahead and send the letters out to the property owners, letting them know the potential dates for the property inspections.
Okay, so the 20th is a Tuesday. Okay, 22nd or 23rd. Oh, wow, look at that calendar. So I could volunteer. The 20th would be my preference, quite frankly, but
I can send out, what I'll do is I can send out an email to the committee members that were appointed, and then we can land on a date.
Okay.
We'll do a little doodle poll, but I just wanted to let the rest of the committee know that that's hopefully taking place in September. And then that'll give us time to actually bring the report to the committee and hopefully for the first meeting of October, if we can coordinate it.
Yeah.
That week. If it gets pushed a little bit later, it gets hard to compile everything in time.
Yeah, no, it's better doing it early in September. I like the dates. Did Dean and I do it last year? I'm trying to remember.
I think so.
I think so. And I think Nicole and I did it the year before.
Yeah. So
pretty sure Nicole was my navigator. That was the only reason we got it done. She was in my car telling me how to get from one site to another. Okay, but you know, I'm certainly willing to volunteer for those, and it might be helpful that I've done it before. I might remember something from the year before, and you'll provide a whole binder full of last year's reports. So it's very doable. I enjoy doing that. It's actually really fun. So. Certainly willing. Okay, and then is there any correspondence, Virginia?
The only correspondence was from Mrs. Sarlo, which we discussed under agenda item 4.
Okay, perfect. And then our next meeting is October 5th at noon. And we're still going with this hybrid meeting format?
I think that's up for discussion with the committee. If the preference is to continue via Zoom, then we can do Zoom meetings. Harvey came today, which was great. So yeah, I think it would just be a matter of deciding what the committee prefers, and then we can either just go back to Zoom and stream it live that way, as opposed to doing the hybrid.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm getting really used to Zoom at this point, so I'm happy with that. But we could survey the people, the full committee.
Yeah, so I can send out a little bit of a doodle poll to, you know, see what everybody's preference is, and then we can kind of take it from there. So I'll make sure that we'll figure that out in the next week or so, how we're going to proceed for the rest of the year.
So do we have meetings in October and November and also December, or does that get interrupted with the municipal election?
We still would have our meeting in December. And then this year is the year that all applications are due. So all of the boards and committees need to reapply.
Right.
That'll be sometime in November following the election, but the amount of business that we can do does change a little bit based off of, there is a time frame in there where we can't be bringing anything to council. So the property tax rebates will actually go to council for one of the December meetings once the new council has been inaugurated.
Okay, great. So, should we adjourn at 12:38 PM? Do I have a mover for that? Nicole's hand is up.
I'll second.
And
Alicia.
Elisa, thank you, very nice. Sounds good.
All in favor?
Oh, yes, all in favor.
Aye.
Aye. Sounds good.
Yes,
Okay,
nobody's
thanks,
objecting.
everybody.
Okay, motion's carried.
Okay, great. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.